Good evening, KC Keto peeps.
Hi.
We are just wrapping up day 3 of our fast. This is the first day, however, that we did water only. We had bone broth in the evening, day 1 and 2, which gave us some nutrients and some minerals, which I think helped. There was some sustenance to it. What?
Nothing.
Okay. So my day 3, I think, went much better than my beautiful wife Sarah's day 3.
My day has not been good.
It's been hard for her today, and it was hard for me today too. I mean, I'm hungry, I'm tired, on edge. However, I've done quite a few juice fasts and water fasts in the past. Are you gonna sneeze?
Oh my god, I'm sorry.
And at least for my body, days 2, 3, and 4 are the most difficult. And then at that point, I think my brain begins to realize that it's not going to get food from the stomach, and it begins to transition into my reserve. So I think from a mental standpoint, I was able to get through better today just because I've experienced that before. There's our cat Cutie walking by.
Cutie.
And I think it's a good idea to the period of acidosis. Is that what it was called? Anyway, the body goes through a period of acidosis when you begin to fast, and I learned this from the documentary that I recommend to you, The Science of Fasting. And people actually go to clinics in Germany and Russia when they have...
This is supposed to be a quick check-in.
Okay, I'll make it quick. She's cranky today.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'll just say this.
I want to go to bed.
There are, if you watch The Science of Fasting, these are professionals that are leading people through a fast to heal them. And they actually let them drink fruit juice and broth the first night just to get them through the acidosis, which I guess is a fancy word for the first 2, 3, 4 days, which are really difficult. So
You learned that in medical school?
It's been a while since I've been in medical school at the world-renowned academic and athletic institution, the University of Minnesota. But let's talk to my wife, Sarah, here. So we're going to interview
I don't
Sarah.
want to confuse anyone that doesn't really know us. He never went to medical school.
Anyway, so what was the hardest part of your day today?
I like this microphone.
Now she's hallucinating.
I'm cranky. I don't want to be around anybody. I have zero tolerance for anything that irritates me. I've just been really, really grumpy. I just want to be in bed all day. I did get up and, while I was up doing stuff all day, but I did decide I'm going to go exercise. So I did a 30-minute thing on our elliptical machine and felt a little bit better after that, but it didn't take long before I was ready to, I just wanted to go to bed. I just felt really tired. So I've been tired, cranky. I want to eat some. I'm hungry.
And in my research, I've read that if you can stay busy during these days, it's really important, because the more you sit around and think about how hungry you are and when am I ever going to eat again and how am I going to get through all this. So that's probably why the workout helped a little bit.
It's interesting because it's mental. Like I found myself just thinking about new recipes I wanted to try, and like I thought about food all day long. And I don't normally think about food all day long like that. I just eat when I'm hungry and I don't eat when I'm not, and it's not that big of a deal, but I've been thinking about food all day. I've been teary-eyed. I've been just wanting to cry at random points in the day. Yesterday at dinner, while we were sitting at dinner with our family, I just burst into tears. The kids were eating dinner and there was no reason for me to cry, and I just burst into tears, and I felt like that a couple different times today as well. So
talk about your ketosis progression.
So I have a blood ketone meter, and so I check that regularly because I'm very interested in what foods spike my blood sugar and how that affects my insulin and how it affects my state of ketosis. And so I do this regularly, and lately I just had a really hard time keeping my levels up. I've been like 0.6, 0.7. You want to be over 0.5. So I'm like, okay, well, I'm barely in ketosis. But yesterday, or the first day of our fast, I was 1.2. Yesterday I was 2.4, and today I'm 4.9. So that number is definitely increasing. So I have a lot more ketone bodies, which means I'm breaking down and utilizing fat for fuel. And I know that that's burning my own stored fat because I'm not ingesting any fat. So that's a good thing. So I'm burning fat for fuel.
Can I ask you a medical question here? Sarah also this morning, so the beginning of day 3, so after 2 full days of fasting, has lost 4 pounds. Now you're calling it water weight.
Yeah, I think most of that is water weight. I mean, just inflammatory. I've been struggling lately with trying to figure out something hasn't been right. I haven't been feeling well. My diet has been very clean. I've been staying on top of it, but I haven't been feeling great. And I've gained a little bit of weight back, and I'm trying to navigate that. And so, got some blood drawn. My hormone levels my estrogen levels had skyrocketed or jumped way up. So I'm trying to figure out, okay, what do I need to do with that? I'm sure that's affecting it. So part of this fast too is just kind of a reset for my hormones and a reset for everything that's going on with me and trying to figure out what's going on. And I know a lot of times people have
that's cutie, by the way.
Cutie. A lot of times people have inflammation, and that keeps them from being able to gain or to lose weight. And I think something in my diet, and I'm not sure exactly what, I might have a sensitivity to, and it's creating some inflammation. So this is a really good opportunity for me after the fast is over to introduce food slowly and figure out what I'm sensitive to, what might be causing the inflammation and stalling my weight loss or causing me to gain weight too. So.
But what I think is interesting about that is because before we started the recording, I said you need to talk about your ketosis, you need to talk about your weight loss, and Sarah said I don't want to talk about my weight loss because it's water weight and it's probably going to come back. But
yeah.
I'm thinking even though you're losing water weight, it's probably some of it's the water you're drinking, some of it could be inflammation, and yet you're still in deep ketosis. So you are accomplishing that.
I am burning fat for fuel for sure.
Yeah. Okay. Got anything else you want to share?
No, I just want to go to bed.
Okay, I guess we're going to go to bed. Thank you for watching the video. How many, was it like 40 or something by the time we started this?
It was in the 30s.
It was in the 30s.
It was in the 30s.
Yeah, well, that's good.
But
Well, thank you.
That many people to watch. So.
Thank you for watching it. And by no means are we experts or anything. I mean, she's an RN, and I went to medical school, sort of. But can they send us questions? Like, if they have a question of like how we feel or anything like that?
I don't want to answer questions. Maybe in a few days if that euphoria hits, I'll answer questions. Don't send me questions right now.
All right. So for now, we'll check in with you again tomorrow. Good night.
Good night.